All right, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Traders Talk. My name is Abe Forrest from Lagos, Nigeria. Today, 1st of June 2026. Today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts based on the well anticipating Dangote IPOs that people have been talking all over the places on the internet. All right, so Dangote Refinery's IPO, is it an hype or is it an opportunity? Because so many investors have been going all over the places, so many people have been speaking about it. And before now, we need to look back into history. Like, if there's so much hype about a new IPO, everybody usually believes that whenever there's a new IPO coming in town, it is a get-rich-quick scheme whereby you can be able to make money and be wealthy. No, it's not always like that. And there's something I want you guys to understand. You need to understand that the financial market, it's a game on its own. You understand? It's easy for you to make money, and at the same time it's not easy, because the wealthy don't want the poor to know the secret of how they make wealth. And it is very important that you understand all these things, because money is a game. We call it the game of money, and such that you must understand the way the game is being played. And I'm not saying that you are not going to make money from this IPO. The only thing I'm saying is that, and one of the reasons people usually have this setback is that they are knowledge bankrupt, in the sense that they don't have the right information, to put together so they can make the right decisions, as the case may be. And what are the things you need to understand and you need to know ahead of time before this IPO is being released by September, according to the CEO of Dangote Groups? You need to understand. And this particular document called the prospectus. This prospectus is going to show you major important information that you need to know about this anticipating IPO, this Dangote IPO that wants to be released. If you don't understand this prospectus, that is when you need to, getting the right knowledge and meeting the right persons that understand how this financial statement and this prospectus is being interpreted is very much important. You must understand the fact that the rich, the wealthy, they like to play the game of money to those that don't already have the knowledge or don't have the correct or right information. And that is one of the reasons why you must understand all these things. Now, looking at my screen, you will notice that there's a particular 3 companies: the Cerebral Systems, Blackstone Digital, and also this company, Favo Energies. They just released their IPOs in last month, which is May. And looking at this candlestick you are seeing, it represents a monthly time frame. You understand? And you see that I inscripted open, low, high, and close. That, if you look at this very closely. Now let's start with the Blackstone Digital Infrastructure. I'm a technical analyst, also a fundamental analyst. I understand fundamental analysis and I can interpret it into technical analysis. And what happened on the technical chart is as a result of what has been played fundamentally that you guys don't know. Now, looking at what we have on the screen, you notice that there's an opening price, also there's a closing price. There's no doubt about that. And when the market opened, it went down to create a low. If you have entered here, then it went down to liquidate. There's what we call liquidity. You are going to be a liquidity. They take you out of the market and the market start moving in the right direction. And you notice that the market actually went to create an high. If you had entered here too, then the market now close below the price that you entered, then you will have been liquidated too. So these are the things that usually happen when it comes to this highly anticipated IPOs that usually comes out. Now, there's something that you need to understand, you need to put into consideration. There's what we call the lockup release schedule. Lockup release schedule means that Dangote made mention of $100 buying $100 million worth of shares in private placement. They want to raise 5 billion per se. I think Dangote is going to be he has 65% of the whole company, and he's just issuing out 10%. So that 10%, and I think he issued that 7.25 to the NMPC. So he's still having the largest share in this market. There's nothing bad about that. But they want to raise money, and according to them, they usually what they produce is $650,000 per barrel on a daily basis. and they want to increase it to 1.5 million per barrel on a daily basis. So they need that funds. They need like $5 billion. The company on its own is worth $25 billion. I think 20 billion, is worth $20 billion. And they want to project that the company is worth $20 billion, and they want to issue out 10% of this amount of this valuation, such that 10% to the public, which means that the public are going to be getting 10%. And I think privately some people have collected like the likes of the or $10 and co, the private placement, which is going to be in $1 million. So these people know how this financial market is being played. You understand? So you don't need to trade blindly. Now I was talking about the lockup release schedule, because these people they've invested before you guys invested. You understand? So the money is there, and they are part of the we call them the insider traders. They will have, whenever the IPO comes out, you see a very huge spike that will happen. You understand? Is it that the spike goes up higher or it goes down? So there's a playbook when it comes to this this IPO that you guys don't understand. For me, if you want to go into this type of investment, you don't go in when the IPO is being released. You go in after, you go in during those periods, but you let the manipulation, because they notice there's this hype. Everybody wants to quickly invest. They're going to pull crowd into this type of scheme, and at the end of the day, they take you out, and the market keep going in the right direction where they want the market to go. As a technical analyst, we can usually see that on the chart. We look for what we call FVG, fair value gap. Let the market spike, and because whenever the market spike, the market is going to create what we call FVG gap. That is technical analysis. But fundamentally, we look at it that when these people take profit, when the price has actually got to a particular point, and once they take profit, that means that they will have to sell those shares back down. Once they sell the share back down, it's going to take everybody out. That is how the game is being played. It's going to take everybody out, and the chart will now be going in the right direction. That is, when they've absorbed enough liquidity, then the market will now be going up in the right direction. But you guys don't know that. You understand? That is why it's important that you understand this technical analysis. Now let me start with this Blackstone Digital. Now you notice the particular opening price. When the market opened, it went down first to create a low and started moving up higher to create a high. Can you see the high here? To create a high. And once the high has been created, this is the high I'm talking about. Once the high has been created, then the market now moved down to close down here. Anybody who have entered here, the money is gone. Anybody who has entered too early, the money is also gone. If you enter too early, your money is gone. If you enter too late, your money is gone. You must understand fundamental analysis. Let's go to Favo Energy Company Limited. Now look at a spike. The market opened, created a low, and moved up higher to create the high, and sell back down to liquidate everyone and close below where everybody has entered. If you want to see this, let me go to the 4 hours time frame so I can see what I'm talking about. Now the market opened at this point, created a low, and went up higher to create a high and liquidated everybody. Anybody who have entered here again went up higher again, liquidated everybody. Went up higher twice to this point and liquidated everybody in this month. Last month, which is May. So there's high high manipulation in the market. You don't jump into IPOs, not just like that. You must understand technical analysis so that you can actually check the market very well. Now look at what happened here. CBRS, which is Cerebral Systems. It happened last month. The market went up higher to create a high and liquidated everyone and closed below. Look at where the market opened. You can see where the open is. The market opened at this point, at this price, then went, deceived everybody that is going up higher, created that high and liquidated everybody, and the market closed below the opening price. So this is high level of manipulation. If you don't understand technical analysis, you're going to fall the gimmick. I have a friend that said I want to invest $300 million, 300 million naira in this Dangote IPO. I said, I told this person that I'm not saying you shouldn't invest in this IPO, but you have to be cautious. You understand? You have to be very, very smart. You must have the right information, the right knowledge, and if you are smart, that's what we call it, smart money. If you are smart, you're going to take money from this market, and you are not going to be liquidated. But if you are not smart, you just put your money blindly, then all your money is gone, because there's a game that is being played in this financial market. If you don't know how to play the game, you are going to lose out. So I'm going to see you guys in another episode. All right, see you guys later. Bye bye.